Prepare to have your perceptions flipped as we take a plunge into the profound insights that Navy SEALs operate by, the very elite forces known for their remarkable mental strength and resilience. They stand firm on the grounds that in critical times, it isn't an elevation to extraordinary heights we experience but, astonishingly, a reversion to the depth of our ingrained habits. Let's embark on this revelatory journey through captivating narratives that will illuminate this game-changing concept in a way that is sure to resonate with you on an entirely new level. Imagine a scale, stretching from one end of achievements to the other end of despair. Picture yourself reaching peak performance fit, financially flourishing, content in love all the way at the zenith of +10. Conversely, at -10, visualize your darkest times, the kind every one of us, including yours truly, has endured. Sitting comfortably at 0, life seems a calm sea, nothing disastrous, nothing exceptional. Question is, where do you find yourself on this spectrum? Maybe you're hovering below, yearning to ascend. This brings us to a stark reality. It's not about us soaring to our best imagined selves, but rather about us not slipping below the lowest standard we're able to tolerate. Here's a personal anecdote. Once upon a time, down and out with debt in my mom's basement, I reflected on my 22 jobs before I turned 22. I painstakingly realized that after all the hustle, all I had to show was an underwhelming 0. My perceived progress was utterly neutralized by equal measures of loss. It's a harsh truth I had to face when, even after earning a solid 6 figures, my net worth barely reflected my efforts. Consider the common struggle of dieting. Why do most gravitate back to their starting point, or even worse, after initial success? It's the notorious yo-yo effect. And this isn't confined to diet alone. It's a pattern evident across various endeavors of self-improvement. The flip side of our ambitions, the shadowy deterrents, if left unchecked, can drag us down with relentless gravity. Take the world of entrepreneurship, for example. Scaling a business doesn't automatically translate to personal growth if one fails to manage the equally expanding liabilities, be it through frivolous spending or neglect of health. The deeper, self-sabotaging tendencies can stifle your growth, locking you in a perpetual state of inertia. Onto matters of the heart, yearning for a dream relationship while harboring unresolved emotional baggage from previous ones is like chasing a mirage. These internal conflicts can suffocate a new relationship, pulling it back down to 0, where past patterns resurface and history repeats itself in an unwelcome cycle of disappointments. So, here's the part where you lean in. We proceed not by aiming for an unattainable ideal but steadying ourselves at the lowest version we're willing to accept. Embrace the duality within the high and the low and start working on achieving that fine balance. Dive deep into the shadowy depths of your limiting beliefs, unravel the stories you've woven for yourself, and identify those anchors holding you back. Cutting loose isn't an arduous ordeal but a lifting off of burdens that shouldn't define you. Set forth on the journey towards your potential untethered. Develop introspective practices, journaling, meditation, and reprogram your subconscious with lightness and an attitude of playful curiosity. If you resonate with this message, remember to subscribe for more insightful content aimed at fostering growth and dealing with life's challenges in good spirits. Let us know your thoughts. We cherish your feedback and incorporate it into our upcoming list of empowering content. Together, let's stop accepting mediocrity, start living vibrantly, and see just how high we can rise. Stay tenacious, and until next time, stop settling, start living. If you found value in this video, consider showing your appreciation with a tip, the worth proportionate to the knowledge gained, of course. Your contribution fuels our journey ahead. See you in the next one, and remember, live a life worthy of your highest self. Have you ever been confounded by your own actions? Pledging to transform your physique, you're making headway until an 11 p.m. indulgence reverses your hard-won gains in 30 minutes flat. Or consider your financial goals. You vow to save money, yet impulsive splurges continue to thwart your intentions. And that business you've been dreaming of launching? Procrastination has its grip on you, hindering every single step you attempt to take towards liberty. As we delve into this conversation today, we're unmasking a pervasive adversary, the dark force known as self-sabotage. This elusive enemy undermines success, drains finances, jeopardizes your ideal physique, and, ultimately, your envisioned life. Picture your goals squarely within your reach, only to discover an invisible barrier continually hindering your progress. It's time we dissect the reasons behind this self-sabotage, its insidious nature, and the often overlooked underlying causes. But more critically, we're zeroing in on practical strategies to conquer it. Let's bring to light this concept using an oscillation chart. The image is clear. Peaks of progress followed by decline into the negatives, as if some mystic force resets your achievements to a baseline of stagnancy. That cycle is the physical manifestation of self-sabotages, tripping, succeeding, and then, thwarted by your own doing, returning to the starting line. This cycle is a silent killer of potential, nullifying your efforts and leaving you trapped in a frustrating loop that stunts progress. Now, let us journey through a few relatable scenarios. Your health, for instance. You start with great zeal, new workout gear, a gym membership, maybe even those Lululemon pants as a motivational talisman. But then the harsh reality sets in. Days, weeks, or even months later, the motivation wanes and the old eating habits creep back in. One night, as the digital clock casts 11 p.m. in eerie blue light, the call of the ice cream in the freezer proves irresistible. These moments of weakness cancel out hours of discipline, bringing you back to neutrality, no better off than when you started. Or perhaps we should discuss wealth? Have you ever marveled at a sudden windfall, only to be struck by an unforeseen expense that sweeps away your gains as quickly as they arrive? From mundane car repairs to life's larger financial calamities, it's as though your resources evaporate the moment they accumulate. This pattern isn't exclusive to us common folk. It holds true for millionaires and lottery winners alike. In preparing for today's discussion, I found that a staggering number of lottery winners spiral into bankruptcy within a mere 5 years of hitting the jackpot. It doesn't matter whether it's 30%, 50%, or an overwhelming 70%, the statistics are alarming. It begs the question, is self-sabotage programmed into our DNA? Understanding self-sabotage involves a deep dive into behavioral psychology. Our actions are driven simultaneously by the allure of pleasure, what we desirate, the instinct to avoid discomfort. Biologically, these impulses are rooted in survival, or cerebral firmware hasn't updated in 30,000 years. We're still hardwired with primal instincts, yet now they manifest in modern complexities. Instead of tribal rejection, we fear social backlash. The comfort of community warmth around a bonfire has been replaced by the ephemeral validation of social media. And let's not forget the field of behavioral economics, which suggests we're wired to prioritize avoiding pain over acquiring pleasure. Visiting Vegas, you're highly unlikely to wager your life savings on a 50-50 bet. Why? The dread of losing everything outweighs the potential joy of doubling your wealth. But here's the pivotal insight. Much of this happens beneath the surface, beyond the conscious realms where we operate day to day. It's not just about the obvious self-sabotage tactics like binge eating or procrastination. It's about understanding the covert motivations rooted deep within. Take the woman who, despite countless diets and health programs, couldn't maintain weight loss. It was only after confronting her past trauma of abuse and recognizing her weight as a shield from male attention, was she able to address her subconscious drivers of self-sabotage and move towards genuine progress. Now, think about your business aspirations or your creative endeavors. In today's influencer era, the dream is tantalizingly within reach. Yet, the flip side, the pain of exposure, judgment, and the wrath of cancel culture keeps you trapped in a cycle of procrastination, overshadowing the pleasure of potential success. So, how do we break free? It begins with awareness, confronting past traumas, outdated beliefs, and self-sabotaging narratives. It is akin to shedding a heavy backpack after a grueling hike. The relief is immediate and liberating. You're now equipped not just to progress but to sustain that movement forward without regressing to the point of departure. Are you prepared to confront and conquer your self-sabotaging behaviors, to finally embark on a journey of uninterrupted personal and professional climb? Would you like professional guidance to delve into your subconscious, identifying and dismantling these barriers? If these insights resonate, consider exploring our offerings designed to provide the keys to unlocking your fullest potential. Remember, gentlemen, self-sabotage is not an indomitable foe. With the right strategies and introspection, you can align your actions with your ambitions, creating a life immune to these invisible chains. Now, reflect on the learnings today. What steps will you implement to ensure your progress is uninhibited by the ghost of self-sabotage? If this video has offered you valuable insights, feel free to show appreciation with a tip commensurate to the value you've received. Stay strong, stay focused, and most importantly, stay on course. And before you go, do me a favor, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell to cement your commitment to overcoming self-sabotage. By doing so, you're not only supporting the channel but taking a definitive step towards mastering your destiny. Together, let's build, ascend, and triumph.